Hello everybody, I hope you're all keeping really good during this uncertain time. I hope you are managing to get through. It's been amazing to see so many of you literally reinvent your businesses overnight in order to keep the wheels on and to keep trading in some manner or some way that's been achievable for you. So well done on that. Jumping on today just to talk about the Self-Employment Income Support Scheme, which will be going live in the next day or two. So at this point in time, if HMRC hold information that you are self-employed, what you may have received already is a letter, a text message, or an email, depending on the contact information that they hold for you, just to say that you need to get ready to make the claim. This does not mean at this point that you are eligible to receive the grant. It's simply just HMRC saying, we have details on you that you have completed a tax return in the past. You need to get yourself ready because you may be eligible to make the claim. Now, there is an eligibility checker, which many of you have already been on to check. Some of you have been in touch to say, I checked my details on the checker and it's saying that I'm eligible to make a claim for the grant, whenever that may not be the case, and vice versa. All this eligibility checker does is check the details that HMRC hold for you to see if you have been self-employed at a point in time over the last number of months or the last year, in order to say, yes, you are eligible to apply. That does not mean you're going to receive the grant, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it just means that you're eligible to make the application for the claim. There are other criteria, obviously, that you will need to ensure that you meet. One of them is that have you been adversely affected by the coronavirus, i.e. have you seen a drop in profits? And the second one is, are you going to continue to trade into this current tax year, 2020-2021? And also, have you ceased trading in the past? And if you've ceased trading as a sole trader, then you are most likely not going to be eligible for this scheme. Now, whenever you sign into the eligibility checker website, it's asking you for your unique taxpayer reference and your national insurance number. The quickest way to get those is to go to your previous year's personal tax return, and those details will be noted on the very first page. Whenever you input those details, then the checker will come back to say, yes, you're allowed to make an application for this scheme. Again, they're not saying that you're going to receive it. They're just saying that you're eligible to make the claim. And also what they are doing is giving you an appointment slot to come back to and apply at that stage. So the portal is going to open over the next day or two. If you've already been assigned that appointment time, that's great. It doesn't really mean that you're jumping the queue in any way by doing this. It's simply HMRC trying to manage the crowd of people that are going to be on their website at a point in time and just make it more accessible for them. So now that you have been told by the checker that you are entitled to apply for this grant, the next thing that you'll be asked to do will be to create a government gateway account so that you can actually go on and make the claim whenever the portal opens. Now, you will see at the bottom of that page, whenever HMRC have checked your details and you are eligible, there will be a little link which will say that you can go ahead and create that online gateway at that point in time. This is the best route to go if you don't have this government gateway set up already, because normally what happens is you have to wait on a PIN number coming in the post. But if you follow the link on the eligibility checker, you don't need to wait on the PIN coming in the post. So it's the quickest method. My advice to you today is to go online. If you don't already have a government gateway account for your personal tax, many of you probably do have it, but if you don't, get that signed up today so that there are no delays whenever you actually go to process the application. Whenever you go to sign up for the government gateway account, you will also be asked to verify your ID. So typically you will be asked for driving license details or passport information. If you don't have that to hand, or if you don't have any photographic ID, you may be asked to verify your ID using the likes of a mobile phone contract and the information held there. So it's just, I just want to make you aware so that you have it all to hand whenever you go to do this, that you don't get logged out of the account or you don't get logged out of the web page because you're running around the house looking for all this stuff. So it's just something else that you should have to hand. So whenever you've got your username and your password ready to go for the government gateway and you're logging on over the next few days at your allotted time slot in order to make this claim, you will be asked a number of things. I'm just reading them here. You will be asked to read and accept the eligibility criteria. So basically you have to agree that your circumstances permit you to make the claim. Secondly, you will have to complete the declaration to confirm that the business has been adversely affected by the coronavirus. And thirdly, you will also have to supply the bank account information that you want the grant paid into. All seems really, really simple, but just be aware that there will be a lot of investigations which will follow from this process. It's inevitable, because there will be people out there claiming who shouldn't. The other thing is, do not panic, because you will not be asked to complete any calculations yourself. So HMRC hold the information on you as a self-employed person. So whether we have done the tax return or you've done it in the past, they will have that information on your profitability over the last number of years or months. So they will actually be making the calculation themselves, or their systems will. And we can expect the payments to be made anytime from the 25th of May. So that's a lot sooner than we anticipated initially. So within 6 working days of the application being made, you should start to see those monies going into your bank account, which is really, really good news. So if you go to the checker and HMRC say that they don't believe that you're eligible to make the claim, there will actually be an option to ask HMRC to review that. Just be aware that they're not always right. Quite often they will be going on the information that their system displays, and we know from our experience, again, the information that they hold isn't always correct. So if you don't agree with the decision, please don't be afraid to dispute that or to speak to us as your accountant as to the next port of call whenever that's the case. Now, for those of you who don't know how to use digital, don't have any devices on which you can actually make this claim, HMRC are devising a system at the moment to allow for a separate application to be made, which it doesn't have to happen via the website. We have no details of when that will be released. So if at all possible, we as agents can't apply for this for you. You have to do it yourself. We can point you in the right direction, hence this video, but there will be an option for those of you who don't have facility to apply online, but that is coming down the line. All of this being said, even though we can't apply for this for you, please be aware that we are here for support. Whether that be that you are not sure about a certain step in the process, if you cannot find the details that you need, if there's something that's not clear, please do lift the phone, send a message, send an email, and we will help as much as we can. But HMRC have very, very clearly specified that us as agents are not allowed to apply for this for you. And that's likely down to the fact that they want your input as to whether you believe that you should be able to make this claim or not. So any issues, guys, please do get in touch. We're here if you need us to support as always, and have a great